are you guys? I am Senor Rick McBride.
Stop it.
And you are?
Sarah Yaki.
Oh, you're Senorita.
No, I'm not.
Senorita. Didn't you see the Super Bowl? We're in Florida. We got a Latin flair. Come on now. Senor and Senorita. Huh?
Move on.
Move on. Move on. Move on. So guess where we're going? Where are we going? Where are we headed?
Panhandle.
What city?
Tallahassee.
You gotta speak loud, because remember it was real noisy last time we did this. We're going to
Tallahassee, everybody.
When we're going to speed.
And we're going to root for the Gators.
Boo.
Somebody just told me I needed to speak up.
So what's in Tallahassee?
Capital.
And why are we going to the Capitol?
For GARD.
GARD? We gotta go guard the Capitol?
Yeah.
Oh wow. What does GARD stand for?
Great American Realtor Days.
Great American Realtor Days. So what? How many people you think go there?
No idea.
A couple thousand at least, right?
Sure.
That room's packed when they do that lunch. You know, the luncheon. The room is packed. I bet it's more than that. I bet it's like 5,000 realtors, because we're going to every single representative. And we have like 20 in the room when we do it. We're small. So anyway, we all converge on the Capitol. We invade it. Go and see our representatives. And the Florida Association of Realtors picks some points for us to talking points, basically, for us to hit, and with you in mind. So we're headed to Tallahassee to protect your property rights, to make sure your taxes are being used properly, things like that. So we thought while we were driving for 4.5 hours, we would discuss our talking points and what we're actually going to be talking about. So the first one is, drum roll.
Housing trust funds.
Housing trust funds. So every time you close a sale, what kind of tax do you have on that sale there, Miss Sarah?
I don't know.
Yeah, you do. It's forgetting my mind too. Out of my mind. Anyway, you have transfer tax. That's not it. It's not
Dock
it.
stands.
What? Dock stamps. There it is. That's it. That's what I was looking for. So every time you close on a property, you have dock stamps. And those dock stamps fund the trust fund, right? And then the trust fund is used for money. Sorry about that. So the trust fund is used to subsidize SHIP funds and provide down payment assistance for those who are working but don't necessarily have the money for the down payment and don't qualify for a loan big enough. So what they do is they take these funds and they put them in, they're called SHIP funds, which stands for something that I don't know what it is. And then you have them at the state level, the county level, and the local level. They get funded. So these dock stamps fund that. Well, in order to keep funding it, they're declaring people who make less than, or they're trying to declare people who make less than $30,000 a year. What are they calling them?
You mean 30%?
Oh, 30%? Say that again. I'm sorry, it's not 30,000 a year. What is it?
It just says that 2.8 million equals the amount of households that spend more than 30% of their income on housing costs, making them cost burden.
Okay, so anyone that spends over more than 30% is going to be now defined as cost burden and would be able to qualify for these funds. That's the way I understand it. I wonder if that'll make them available to more people like with a little bit higher income, because the people with the lower income still can't even qualify because the prices have gone up so high. So I'll be curious. I'll be interested to learn that when we're there. And the second thing is
the water quality.
But there was like 11,000 miles of lakes or something like that, or rivers or something.
Rivers, streams, and waterways in Florida.
11,000 miles of rivers, streams, and waterways. Obviously, we all care about keeping them clean, so we're gonna.
They're asking to allocate $625 million for beach restoration, springs restoration, and Florida for state land conservation program.
Hopefully, we can get some of that money into Barry and restore the Gemini Springs. That would be cool, right? People used to swim in Gemini. Did you know that?
Swim in Gemini.
What?
You've never swam in Gemini?
No, it was closed when I moved here.
Yeah, I swam in Gemini.
You swam in Gemini?
Huh?
Well, so it's been closed for.
I remember when it was privately owned and it was just people that's houses and it was theirs. It wasn't even, the county didn't own it.
Yeah, you must be old.
No, I'm not.
Wow. So they have, at least for 16 years it's been closed. I don't know exactly when they closed it, but so a lot of people have moved to town and don't realize that you could actually swim there. Still a beautiful park. Still, it's great to go down there and walk around by the water, but to be able to swim in there would be awesome. All right.
And not last. Yeah, property rights.
Property rights?
Vacation rentals.
Oh, that doesn't affect us so much. It's more for beach places. But when we went to Clearwater, they were everywhere, weren't they? Or not Clearwater. Where did we go? What was that place called? South of Clearwater. Anyway, there were part-time rentals everywhere, weekly rentals all over the place, and a lot of places have tried to step up, like HOAs and stuff are not allowing part-time rentals in their HOA. I don't know what your position is on that, right or wrong, but in beach towns you need rentals like that. You need weekly rentals.
And
Short-term rentals. These are weeklies, 2 weeks. You know, the what do they call it? By owner and stuff like that. And then there's companies that do it, and then Airbnb as well. So a lot of people are cracking down on that, and it makes sense to crack down on it if you're in a town like ours, in a HOA where you don't have it's not a party town. But if you're at the beach, it doesn't make any sense not to allow those homeowners not to be able to rent their properties out, because they don't stay there but a couple weeks themselves out of the year. So why should it sit empty for the other 50 weeks of the month? So it doesn't make any sense not to go ahead and allow that. My favorite one's last, right?
Yeah, I knew that's what you were meaning.
What is it?
Tell everybody.
What is it?
The business rent tax.
I mean, it's mind-boggling that what's the word I'm looking for? It's Wild West, as free as the state of Florida is in all parts of your life. How they don't meddle in your life. They have a tax on corporate rents. It makes no sense. First of all, it's a pain in the ass for us to have to track it and record it and file it and all that, but take all the administration out of it. If you're going to be a business, you automatically have a 6% tax on top of your rent. So it's just taking money out of your pocket that you could be using to buy more supplies, to hire people, all that stuff. And it doesn't hit the big companies because they own their buildings. It hits the small guys, the small companies. So really, it's a huge burden on small companies. Now, that said, we've been on this one since the very beginning. This particular one, since we started coming here years and years ago, has been on the agenda. And they have actually lowered it 0.5%.
In the trust funds.
Yeah, 0.5% is 0.5%. Don't get me wrong, but it needs to go away. No, I believe Florida is the only state that has a tax on commercial rentals. It makes absolutely no sense. You're trying to compete to get these businesses to move here, and businesses like Amazon, they don't care about it. They come down here and buy their property. They're just going to pay property taxes. But the small guy, the little air conditioning guy, the realtor, or any person who has a little small office that they're renting for $1,000, it's another $60 a month for them to pay in taxes, and that's just here. The local can add even additional taxes onto it. So definitely a bad tax. It needs to go away. They're progressively making it go away. Their response is, well, we got to fund it somehow. Well, we all know that isn't true, because growth will fund the tax, but that's a debate for another day. So those are our 4 hot topics. Got anything else?
No, I'm like a little sleepy.
Sleepy?
Yes, this road.
So for the rest of the video, we're gonna watch Sarah take a nap.
Put my sunglasses on.
All right. So we'll report back maybe on the way back. And if you guys have any questions about GARD or any questions about anything at all, real estate, call or text us 386-866-1007. We are hiring a full-time buyer's agent. So if you know anybody, you can be experienced or not, doesn't matter. You just have to come to work every day. You come to work every day in this business, you can be successful. 386-866-1007.